It's time for the One Bar and Lupagus Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, Lupagus here from the One Bar and Lupagus Show, and I want to talk a little bit about the Vikings and why they should not take a cornerback at pick 22 or pick 25. Don't get me wrong. If CJ Henderson's sitting there at 22, you freaking, I guess you don't run the card anymore. You hit send or whatever the hell it is. You make that pick immediately. But to me, after CJ Henderson is where things get very, very murky, and there is no consensus third best cornerback. You know, the majority would probably say it's Christian Fulton, but that guy worries me too. He's got so many red flags with that character concerns where he had someone else pee for him for a drug test, ended up costing him 2 years. He got one of those years taken off on an appeal. So he's got maturity issues, and he just lacks production. He's never really done it in college. I think the best he's done is his career tackles is 42, a couple of picks. So you're kind of projecting what this guy can be, not what he has done. And to me, that's always a major concern. But again, you got to love what he brings. He's got the size. He's got those nice long arms. He's got nice thick build. He's got everything physically that Mike Zimmer looks for in a corner. But again, there's plenty of questions about him too. And the rest of the group is just completely up in the air. You ask one draft guru, they might tell you they love Jalen Johnson as the third corner. Another one might be all over Jeff Gladney. Somebody else might love A.J. Terrell, Trayvon Diggs. I mean, it's just no one really – there's no clear third corner this year or even fourth corner. If I'm the Vikings, I cannot use the 25th pick or especially the 22nd pick on a corner. You're just basically filling a need at that point. You're probably going to avoid all value and just, take the guy that you like the best. To me, that's a mistake. So if I'm the Vikings, what I'm doing is I'm moving down a little bit. I'm looking to trade down because to me, what's available late first, early second round is be very similar to what you see on the board at 25. I don't think much will change. We look at the options. Jeff Gladney, yeah, you love what he brings to the table. He's tenacious. He's a twitchy guy. He likes to come up and hit. But he's only 5'11". He lacks size. Jalen Johnson's got some size, but he's not exactly the fastest guy out there. You worry about his long speed. Trayvon Diggs is a little bit like Christian Fulton, where he doesn't have a lot of production in college. That's always a big red flag, and I really don't think the Vikings would even look at him after Stephon Diggs wanting out. If the Vikings took Trayvon Diggs, that would be a pretty big shock. Then A.J. Terrell too. He's a guy where he's solid in pretty much every facet of the game, but not really. He doesn't really stand out in one area. So to me, if you're hell bent on taking a corner, look to trade down. Even if you get late 30s, early 40s, you're still going to find a quality corner back there who you might even have took at 25. So to me, that's what the Vikings got to do, and that's why I'm so against taking a corner at 22 or 25, because to me there's this big group of guys who are all very similarly ranked, and at least one of them is going to fall into the second round. So move down, get your corner, then get an extra pick. The other thing is too, if the Vikings choose to address a different position, let's say they go wide receiver, offensive tackle, in whatever order they do, they got 2 third rounders, they got a plethora of seventh round picks, a couple 6th rounders. They could package those picks up, move up in the second round and get a corner if, the guys start falling and things start getting real slim as far as pickings go. But I don't want to see the Vikings take a corner in the first round this year unless it's a slam dunk like a CJ Henderson. And, who knows? Maybe they look to move up a few spots if he's still available in the late teens and grab that guy, because to me, he's a sure thing. Jeff Okudah is a sure thing. But after that, it's a whole bunch of question marks. So that's pretty much why I'm not for taking a corner in the first round this year. But I do expect the Vikings to probably end up with 2 or 3 in this draft, but I expect that to happen around 2 or later. So that's all I got. All right, we'll see you on the next podcast.